What up? Welcome back to Uncle Rico's Storytime. Every day, man. Every day. Woke up today, missed my hockey shoot around. I was going to do an early morning shoot around because we have our last regular season game tonight. So I was going to tweak my pads and just do an early skate before a VA appointment, physical therapy for my. What are they looking at this time? Oh, my rotator cuff. Apparently, I tore my rotator cuff when I was younger, like 25-ish. But the way that I sleep is wouldn't let it heal. I used to sleep like the worst way that you could possibly sleep. I'd sleep on my side, and then I would have my arm all the way up, so I would sleep like this is my bed, like pushing everything up. So we're fixing that, which was good. But on my way in, I when I was in the Navy, older salty dogs, guys that have been in the Navy a long time, would always use the term shipmate as a derogatory kind of put you in your place thing, like be calling a black man boy, or it's more belittling. So it's more like, once you square that gig line away, shipmate, or not in my Navy, shipmate. It's not the kind of thing we do in my Navy, shipmate. So me and the guys that I went to school with at sea school, and then like the guys on my boat, and the guys that I went through boot camp with, I was like crusading to take back shipmate. So we would always say it in a friendly way. We would always greet others in a friendly way with it, and people would get pissed, and then that only made us want to do it more and more. And I still do it to this day. And I brain pretzeled this old dude this morning. I really messed up some geriatrics today. I brain pretzeled this guy this morning. I was walking through, and I kept meeting. I was like, I walking through, and I see the guy's got a Navy hat on, a ship, and I kind of looked at the ship. I forget which one it was, but I go, morning, and he starts to, and I go, shipmate, and he just put his head down and walked past me. Just done with it. And so I was chuckling to it, and I walked up to the reception dude, and I was like, did you see that? And he goes, what? And I go, did you serve? And he goes, yeah, all the time. And I go, how long were you in? And he goes, what? And I go, what branch were you in? And he goes, oh, I was in a branch also, but I thought you asked if I surfed. And I was like, oh, no, but what branch were you in? He's like, Army. And I was like, okay, then you wouldn't understand. So I talked to my doctor, my nurse aide, and I was like, hey, did you serve? And he's like, yeah. I was like, what branch? Army. And I was like, oh, okay. And I talked to my PT doctor, and I was like, hey, did you serve? He's like, yeah. I go, what branch? And he goes, Army. I'm like, fucking, god damn it. So he couldn't even tell my joke. But I am here now telling my joke. Oh man, you're so cute. I fucking love my dogs. Come on up here then. Come on, come on. If you want to be on camera so bad, then come and do it. Don't make it seem like I'm trying to pull you on. Oh, Chico, come on, you're gonna be a big star. Fucking do it. Come on. Oh, there you go. So, I'm driving home. We got some good stuff done with PT, and I'm driving home, and I'm not in a big rush or anything, so I take this country road exit instead of this other exit where it's got like 3 lanes, but a couple of stoplights where you can zip around these old people, these old fuckers that I live in. AJ's kind of just rednecks and old people. Um, and there's no big deal, when I get stuck behind them, it's, you're like, shit, it's like living in Iowa. You get stuck behind some asshole going 10 under the speed limit, what are you going to do? You know? But I get off on this exit, and there's an immediate stoplight, and then there's about 200 feet and then a merge and then another stoplight. And that's nice because it gives you an opportunity to kind of get sorted out before you get to the stoplight. Because once you get after the stoplight, it's one lane all the way through town. So we get up there, we get up to the light, and there's a truck with some stuff in the back of their bed, landscaping stuff. There's a little tiny thing in front of me, and then me, and then over here's a really nice Lexus, new Lexus, but they're doing the invisible trailer thing, they're like way back there, given 20 feet of space between the work truck and them, because it's a Lexus. And so the light turns green, and the little guy in front of me just sits there. So I'm sitting there, and so they kind of take off next to me, and then little car starts going, and so we're driving along, and then we start getting to the place where we merge, and me and little car are gonna zip in front of this truck, and he taps on the brakes like, can I make it? And I'm like, dude, you have plenty of fucking room, of course you can make it. So he taps on the brakes, and then he goes for it, but by that time I'd already braked, and I'm like, oh, son of a bitch. And so he goes for it, and he gets around the truck pretty easy, and I was gonna zip around the truck also. And then when he did what he did, I was like, all right, I'm just gonna back off. So I start to merge into the left-hand lane, and this fucking Lexus guy just gasses it and tries to block me. And I don't give a fuck. So I start like riding him out into the oncoming traffic, and he's not backing down. So I'm like, Jesus Christ. I just kind of backed off, and I'm laughing about it. We get up to the next light, and it's still one way, but there is a lane for turning right. It's not a lane, but there's room. And this is one of my other pet peeves, is when cars like go way over to the right to block the people that are turning. It just seems malicious. It just seems like you're trying to stop people from going about their business. And that drives me nuts. And this dude does that. So now I'm hot. Just like Banana Woman, I was going to let it slide, and then when I found out she went into that restaurant 15 minutes before they closed, and her and her friends got waters, I was like, all right, it's on. And that's what I said with Mr. Lexus, or Mrs. Lexus. I don't know at this point. So I follow him the rest of the way through town to a grocery store, and he turns into the first lane of the grocery store without a blinker. And so I race up to the next one and turn, and then drive right out into the middle to block him. And then I roll down my window and I pull up to him, and it's an older guy. He's got his perfectly coiffed hair. He's got the, softly tinted golf shade things. And I go, yeah, you better fucking park. Go ahead and park, and I will meet you where you're at. And so I park, and I looked around. I couldn't find him. He went to a different part of the grocery, the parking lot on the front, because we were on the side of it. He went to the front part. And so I found him, and I walked up to him, and he was in his car still. And knocked on the window, and he opened up the door and started to get out. And I go, "Are you religious?" And he goes, "What?" And I go, "Are you religious? Do you believe in God?" And he goes, "Yeah." Not like that. He's like, "Yeah." And I go, "Okay, because I have this philosophy. Whenever I see people driving like jerks or trying to like maliciously keep people from going about their way, I usually see Jesus stickers or church stickers in their rear window. But you probably think this piece of shit Lexus is worth so much that you don't want to put a sticker in the window. Is that right?" And he goes, "What?" And I go, "That's okay. Moving on to the important thing. What the fuck are you doing?" And he goes, "What?" And I go, "Don't act fucking stupid. You know what I'm talking about. I yelled at you just now and told you I was coming. You fucking cut me off. You got pissed off that I merged in front of you. And it's okay, buddy." I go, "You got and endangered both of us." And I go, "Normally, I have a problem in that situation, so you're lucky I didn't fucking run you and your Lexus into oncoming traffic. Because I don't give a shit what happens to my truck, man." And he's like, he goes, "Why should I let you get in front of me?" And I go, "Who cares?" I go, "Who fucking cares? You were in a hurry to go to a shopping center? You were in a big fucking hurry to go to a shopping center. You got mad that I merged in." I go, "Technically it's a zipper merge, so we should have merged earlier. If you think I was going to merge before, we're supposed to merge before the stop line, you're fucking crazy. And two, you just said that you're mad that somebody passed you. That's why you're offended? That's why you decided to fucking gun it and accelerate and keep me from merging?" And he goes, "Blah, blah, 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 blah." And I go, "And I saw you fucking park way to the right to keep people from going right on red. So I know you're one of those pricks that drives around and just constantly looks for ways to fuck with people. Am I right?" And he goes, "I'm sorry." And I go, "Just answer the fucking question. Do you drive around purposely to mess with people and to put them in a bad mood and to keep them from going to wherever they're going and fuck with them overall?" And he goes, "I'm sorry." And I go, "Whatever." And I fucking walk off. So I grab my milk and I'm going to check out. This was actually kind of cute. I go, I'm sitting in line there. I'm just kind of swinging my milk gallons, and I'm just kind of going like this. And this lady walks up, and she goes, "I saw that. You know." What did she say? She goes, "I saw the car that he's driving. He deserves to drive like that." And I was like, and she goes, I'm joking. And I go, yeah, I know. I don't know why I was. She goes, "Yeah, you're gonna let one rip on me too." And I go, "Yeah, I don't know why." I go, "I'm so sorry about that." And she goes, "It's funny because I was gonna say, I was gonna throw asshole in there, so you knew I was joking. But then there's kids around, so I didn't want to say that." I was like, "Yeah, well, he is an asshole. The kids probably knew that." "Oh, you're so smushy. You're lucky. You weren't there. You would have smushed them. Yeah, so I'm just out here picking fights with the old people, because that's what I do. Thanks for viewing. That's all I got. Short and sweet, baby. 14 minutes. Boom! Give me a kiss. Give me a kiss. Give me a kiss. Give me a kiss. Okay, that's fine. You don't want to do it on camera, it's all good. Peace out.